pleased to present for your consideration.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Jabberbox Podcast, episode 10. I am one of your hosts, Andy Bond, and with me is the Icy Blues of the Desert, Dan Singleton. What's up, Dan?
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
If you're joining in for the very first time, then you should know that this show is about the two of us as we ramble on through pop culture topics such as, but not limited to, games, movies, shows, and whatever else we want to jabber about. You can get the show over on youtube.com/dandydigital or over on Spotify and iTunes by searching Jabberbox and hitting that subscribe button. If you like what you hear and want to be part of the show, head on over to patreon.com/dandydigital. So, Dan, it's been a slow week, right?
Yeah, like tortoise slow, man. It's been a grind.
Yeah.
Nothing particularly exciting. Just business as usual and getting stuff done, but nothing fun.
Right. Yeah, definitely
not
nothing fun.
Not until today, right? Not until this moment when I talk to you and our audience.
Yes. So let's go ahead and jump into our cookies, our weekly crumble cookie rankings.
Yes. I was a little late to the grading this week, but I got them all done maybe 10 minutes before we started the show today. So
I woke up and then I ate all my cookies.
It is fresh on the taste buds.
I'm going to actually grab some after we finish this. I ate breakfast. Now I'm going for my second breakfast, which is my remaining cookies.
Yeah, right now is a good time for second breakfast, and then in a couple hours, it'll be time for 11sies.
Ooh, fuck yeah. So this week's cookies from Crumble Cookie, not officially sponsored yet. We have confetti cake, honey bun, orange creamsicle, and the Buckeye brownie.
Yes, sir.
So
not Buckeye, Arizona, Buckeye, Ohio, that kind of cookie.
Not even that.
If people are familiar with like Buckeyes.
Buckeye. Yeah, right. So,
well, it's a candy, or like it's kind of like a cookie. It's definitely a dessert. If you've ever had Buckeyes, have you ever had Buckeyes before?
It's like it almost was like a dollop of peanut butter smothered in chocolate on top of chocolate. So it was like a super rich.
It was my favorite of the week. Easy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That was a 5-star all the way. That's my number 2 all time.
Yeah, that actually didn't. It's not my number 2 of all time. Not even for the week. It was actually a little bit richer than I thought it was going to be. So, my favorite was actually the orange creamsicle.
Oh,
yeah.
That was my number 2. That was my number 2 for the week. That was my number 4 overall ever. Yeah,
so that was my number 1 for the week, followed by honey bun, then Buckeye brownie, and then confetti cake. Confetti cake is what you said, right before we started recording the show, it's a sugar cookie with sugar cookie frosting and then confetti sprinkles on it. So you know what you're getting. I knew exactly what I was getting for that cookie. It was still good. Yeah. I still like it, but I knew what it was. It was no honey bun or creamsicle or Buckeye.
That honey bun. It didn't even have frosting on it. It had more like a glaze.
Yeah, and like the classic honey buns. Like
it was a snickerdoodle base, I think. I think that's what they used.
Well, it wasn't a snickerdoodle. It was a cinnamon cookie.
It was closer to a snickerdoodle than it was anything else.
Yeah, with a honey butter glaze.
Oh yeah,
it was fucking delicious. It was really good. It was really good. The orange creamsicle surprised me. I mean, I like the creamsicle. I like creamsicle stuff, like the sodas and the popsicles and stuff like that. So it shouldn't be a surprise. But sometimes when it's a cookie, you're not sure what you're gonna get.
Yeah, a citrus-based cookie was interesting, but it was really good. It was really good.
Nice. I mean, I like the lemon cookies are amazing. So orange. Just like the mango, you'd think that it's a no-brainer, but I don't know. I think
it didn't have frosting. It had it like embedded as a cream inside of it with white chocolate chips.
It was an orange, exactly, orange cookie with chocolate chips, and then the cream in the center, which was the it was a cheesecake filling. Yeah. So
yeah, it was good. It was good.
I actually don't have number. I need to add numbers to my list, but Buckeye Brownie came in number 5 on my list.
Okay. All time. This is all time, right? This is not. This is your all-time list you're talking about. Okay.
No, I'm sorry. Orange Creamsicle came in at number 5, followed by Honey Bun, and then Buckeye Brownie came in a little bit lower than that. It falls in after the sea salt Nutella.
I had Buckeye Brownie at number 2 overall for me all time, only losing out to Dulce de Leche, only because I'm a huge caramel fan. Not salted caramel, none of that bullshit, just creamy caramel. I'm a huge fan. I will always enjoy that a little bit more than chocolate. But it was a strong number 2 for sure. It was a Reese's Pieces fucking cookie. Not Reese's Pieces, just Reese's Cups.
Peanut butter.
Just a Reese's Cups peanut butter cookie, and it was amazing. So that's number 2 all time.
I wish the peanut butter had stayed on the cookie a little bit better. Like every time I took a bite of it, if I got any of the peanut butter, it tried falling off.
Yeah, I had one part fall off on me. I just picked it up and put it back on. It wasn't too big a deal to me. But
it's also a little messy because you get the chocolate fudge that's melted on top of it. So now you're getting it everywhere.
I felt like a toddler eating that cookie because I had to wipe shit off my cheek.
But it was good. I liked it a lot. So confetti cake, it's on the bottom ish, with it's below the chocolate cake, above the sugar cookie shark.
I have it as my second worst all time, not because it was a bad cookie, but because it was disappointing.
Wasn't anything special.
Right, it wasn't anything special, and they could have done more with it. So I was a little disappointed in it. And so when I ate it, I was like, "Yeah, this is a really good sugar cookie. This is god tier."
It reminds me of the cookies you can get at the store. Like those sugar cookies with the crazy rich frosting. But of course, it's going to rank low, especially when you put it up against the other 3 that were in here.
Also
it
true.
stood no chance. That's like putting some sort of indie game that looked interesting in between the release dates of Call of Duty and Battlefield. It's probably
it's
a really good cookie on its own, but you put it up against juggernauts and it stood no chance.
That's a fair assessment. Yes. I still have regular sugar cookie, Nutella mudslide, and sugar shark cookie above it.
I have a bunch above it, but
I have almost everything above it. That's immediately above it.
Yeah, the confetti cake. So I had confetti cake beats out the sugar cookie shark, birthday cake, berries and cream, and toffee.
The only cookie for me, so I haven't had some of those that you just listed because you're 2 weeks ahead of me, I think.
Yeah.
The only cookie that it beat on my end was the pineapple whip.
That one was okay. I mean, it's still in the middle.
I'm going to be hard pressed to find a cookie I like less than the pineapple whip.
Yeah.
Just didn't work for me. I'm sure it's not that it doesn't have potential.
Right.
It's just not my thing. So if anybody happens to be listening, if they have a chance to try a pineapple whip, I encourage trying all of them.
Oh yeah.
It's just not my thing.
Yeah. I'm stoked for next week as well. I don't even know what it is yet, but I can't.
Yeah, that's part of the excitement is not knowing.
Yeah.
Like getting up Monday morning, getting to work, and then like during a break being like, okay, let's go to Crumble Cookie, see what they got this week. Oh shit, Buckeye Brownie, yeah. That was exciting when I saw that.
Yeah,
I was like,
it really was.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we look at it. We follow them on Instagram now, so they'll do. Which I sent you the video. I don't know if you watched it, but they
have it on their website too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. Yep, that same video they put on there. I was just watching it. I'm like, man, look at that fucking chocolate when the Buckeye brownie when they break it apart or when they're like
They update
glazing
that
over
every week with whatever their special cookies are.
I was talking about this when we picked up our cookies. Can you imagine being the company and the team that makes, the cookie ads for the week?
Oh, it'd be amazing. It'd be a great
job.
job.
It'd be great. I'm going to toss a cookie up and then I'm going to throw a bunch of sprinkles up there on a black backdrop. It's going to look fucking classy, delicious, and you're going to be excited about it. And then we're going to put it on the little tray. It's like, fuck, man. That would be an interesting job for sure. Even for like the people that do the commercials for like McDonald's, where they spin the Whopper around. Yeah, I know it's not the actual food and all that.
Yeah. I was about to say, like, a lot of times it's like glue and painted cardboard and.
Yeah. I know the glue is the trick for cereal commercials when they pour, but still, like, that's got to be a lot of fun. Like, watch, ready? Here we go. And then you just, I don't know. It's very exciting. That might be something I might want to look into. Like, should that be my job? Because that would be dope.
That would be an interesting job, but it probably requires some weird, unusual, and excessive amount of credentials for some reason. Like, do you have a master's degree in strange photography from this specific university that's the only one in the world that offers it? Like, shit like that.
Maybe in the past.
Probably
but
some
now, you get the iPhone 12 Pro and you can film everything in 4K. I can make some weird ass shit in my living room,
That's true.
Aside from porn. And then I can submit that. It's no different from voice actors. We have a microphone. We can read a couple lines, put it up on a profile, and submit it as a resume. Cut the middleman out. Fuck these agencies that I might need someday. So that's our cookies. So deliciousness indeed.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited for next week. Only a few days away.
Yeah. So, Dan, you have a vinyl player, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Have you picked up anything new lately? Any garage sales deals, anything?
I have nothing recent, but I do have some stuff I haven't played yet.
Yeah. Okay.
It's been a while since I've used it.
It's been a while.
I've been trying to save up to upgrade some of the equipment.
Yeah.
And because I think the one I have might be doing damage, but I don't know for sure. So I've been real hesitant to play stuff on it.
You like the needle?
Maybe.
Is it? I thought you bought it brand new.
For sure. Or was it? Yeah, I did.
Weird.
Yeah, the player is relatively new, but it's not the highest quality, honestly. So I'm trying to save up to get a better one.
Well, I'll send you what I have. I like it. It's one of the newer Sony vinyl players, and it's Bluetooth capable, so I pair it with my soundbar. So I don't have to do... And what's cool about that, so if you get vinyl that don't have any sort of download code or anything, but they have, like the special songs that are exclusive to the vinyl, my vinyl player will actually connect to my computer, and we have a ripping program, so it'll bring it over.
Oh, that's cool.
So
yeah, the one I'm looking at is the Sony PS LX310 Bluetooth.
That might be what I have.
Maybe it's $200.
Yep, that's that's the one I have.
Great minds or something.
Dude, I like it a lot.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at getting.
I'm sending you.
I'm also looking at getting like a speaker system and the whole nine. But it's everything I've picked out is around about $1,000 for the whole system. Yeah,
but that's not bad. Especially if you get it piecemeal.
Yeah, I don't need to get it all at once. Do one thing at a time. Doesn't bother me none.
I sent you a text message with the photo.
That'll be helpful for our listeners.
Yeah, well, You gave the model.
Oh yeah, that looks identical to the one.
That's probably what it is. The box is in the garage still. What I like about this too is that you just press the button and the arm will raise, move over, and drops down on its own. Like, I don't have to fucking touch anything.
You don't have to worry about like scratching the shit out of stuff.
Right. I don't have to worry about damaging the needle by pressing it down too hard or, fucking it up by, butterfingers at all. I just press a button and let it do its thing. So the reason why I was asking about vinyls is because I signed up last year. It was one of my highlights of 2020, and it just paid off now. I signed up for the Metallica Vinyl Club.
Okay.
So
how does that work?
So it was $50. It's kind of like a membership, and they send you not random, but it's random. They send you 4 vinyls throughout the year, or all together in one collection at the end. So because of COVID and everything, even though they own their own vinyl pressing plant, it did take some time, but it is fucking neat. So in the package, they sent me a little membership card.
Okay.
Right, which is like a hard plastic, like your credit card or bank card or whatever. It says Metallica Vinyl Club and member 2020. On the back, it has my name on there, as well as the link. Nothing crazy. It's no codes or anything like that, but it's pretty neat. In it, they sent the 4 vinyl. And I'm gonna post some of these pictures up on our, or at least on my Instagram here. This week or probably this weekend. So they sent 4 vinyls. They're little 7-inch vinyl, right? So they're singles. On the back, they are numbered. So you got,
oh wow,
it's pressed on there. So it's edition number 1, and then the number, edition number 2, 3, 4, and so forth. So the first one that I got, and these are really fucking cool. Like I said, go on Instagram, follow me over at Elvatron, ELVATRON, for the photos. So in the first one, it's the Live at Donington, 1987, and it has a live recording of For Whom the Bell Tolls and Leper Messiah, which is pretty neat. Inside, they give you like a little mini poster.
Oh, that's cool.
Right, so that's the one that came with this one.
That picture on that poster was just taken like what, 6 months ago?
Yeah. The vinyl sleeve itself is pretty cool because it's got some photos of when they're actually on stage, playing there, and then they give you a download code, which is really fucking neat. So I've already added that shit onto my computer. The second one was pretty cool. It has a different feel. It's like a matte finish. I really liked the cover of this one. It looks like one of those ink blot tests. It comes with stickers that have different lyrics, as well as different styles of the ink blot test. And then, which it's also cool on the back too. They have a little write up from one of the band members talking about that time. So this the Motherload vinyl number 2 is what they called it. It's on the back. They talked about how they were doing the Poor Touring Me, and in between shows they decided to hit up, like they set up a semi truck and a trailer outside of a parking lot, and they did a fancy show for people, which I thought was kind of cool. That one has the Sad But True and Whiplash singles. This one was actually one of my favorite ones. So edition number 3. So it's the I Disappear single that they did for the Mission Impossible 2 soundtrack. And in it, so side A is I Disappeared, which is the leaked Napster version, which made me laugh. Right? And it does sound different. It wasn't fully completed. So it's kind of cool to get that. And then they have the live edition of it. What I really thought was cool for this one, so the sleeve itself has a bunch of like the film photos from the music video that they did.
Okay.
But what I really dug about this was the little booklet that it came with. And inside the booklet, it has the lyrics. it has the storyboard for the music video, which is really fucking neat. Like like me liking to draw and shit, all that. I really dug that. And then on the back, it has their April 2000 schedule of where they were and what they were doing. So they shot in Utah, San Francisco, and LA. And then on April 24th through the 27th of 2000, they did a production wrap in LA, which has a little picture of a beer mug going across it. So that was really cool. And then finally, the fourth one was a tribute to Chris Cornell. And I really like the cover of it. Again, you can check it on Instagram. I'm going to be posting these photos. So they did the album artwork like their Hardwired to Self-Destruct album. So, and then the two singles that they did was All Your Lies and Head Injury, originally released by Soundgarden on the 1988 album, the Ultra Mega OK album. So that it was pretty fucking neat.
And all of that was $50 for.
Yep. Yeah.
It's every year they do this. They do a new set every year.
I'm hoping. So last year was their first year that they did it. Oh, and this one came with like postcards for the Chris Cornell one.
Huh.
So yeah, I'm hoping that they do it again because this is really fucking neat. I will do it every year just to get these, you know?
That's not terrible for $50 either.
No, not at all. So you get 4 single vinyls with a bunch of goodies on the inside, you know, posters, stickers, postcards, the booklet, and each one comes with a download code. Really fucking neat, man. Like, this was a highlight of my week. I think I got this Monday. So I just been enjoying listening to music while my job sucked. You know, like I was like, it was a terrible week at work. So it was nice to have this.
I have a highlight of my week at work, actually, and it is I got a new chair. I know. Okay, now hold on. I know that doesn't sound exciting.
It is exciting when you work in an office.
It was given to me by somebody I know, and it doesn't have arms on it. So at first, I was like, why would I want a chair without arms on it? And then they showed me what this chair can do. This thing is like it's like the Transformers of chairs. And without seeing it, I can't really fully describe it to you. But this chair looks like a gaming chair. It actually looks like the chair I'm in now without arms, kind of.
Yeah.
But it turns into a bed.
Really?
Like you can it like there's a part of it that like swings out and you fold it over and a footrest comes out. You flip a lever down and you twist a knob and then you can lay completely horizontal in this thing.
That's awesome.
You put your feet up, put your head back. There's a pillow built into it. There's a second pillow for lumbar support if you want it. The thing is amazing, and I had no idea because it just looks like a chair. And I think that's the point. I think it's supposed to just blend in, and then when you're in your office alone, you can
recline back and
hey, my
masturbate.
lunchtime is my lunchtime, okay?
Right. I don't come into your room and smack the dick out of your hand.
So that was the highlight of my week at work. I got this awesome new chair that I've seen it dozens of times, had no idea it did that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, pretty
That's
exciting.
cool. You'll have to take a picture next time you have it. Maybe even recline it back. That'd be cool.
I'll see what I can do.
So that's all I've had. But if we wanted to find out what other people were up to this week, what website would we want to go to?
Oh, yes. So I came across this website. I'm sure people out there may be familiar with it, but it's called weirdnews.com. So it's Weird World News, WEIRLD news.com. So it's spelled a little off. It's spelled weirdly, I would say. But the point of this website is to just show you odd stories from around the world, such as some of these headlines are pretty good. Homeless man with no arms stabs tourist.
Does it say what he stabbed or like how he stabbed him?
He grabbed a pair of scissors with his foot and lunged at them. No explanation why. Just that's what happened. Man hid cherry pies under women's car to see them bend over. Okay. One of my personal favorite headlines here. Man tried to force KFC employee to reopen restaurant at gunpoint because he, quote, needs his chicken.
So how do they spell the weird again?
WEIRLD news.com. So yeah, this is just full of the strangest shit you've ever seen as far as what news would be concerned. I mean, some of it is just whatever. Police find 7 stolen zoo animals in man's apartment. Who steals fucking animals from a zoo?
Well, I mean, I've heard. I think there was somebody. I mean, I don't know. It was a couple years ago. I heard it on the radio where somebody had the zoo animals in his backyard, and it wasn't until like a year or 2 years later or something like that where they busted them because of the smell.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, I know that there's an underground trade for certain types of animals, so I guess it's not totally outlandish that people would try to steal animals from a zoo, but
you wouldn't steal.
Oh, speaking of weird news, there was that guy in Washington, I think it was just yesterday, in Washington, D.C., who was making a bomb threat from his truck. So I don't know if did you see that at all?
No.
Okay. So this dude pulled up to the Library of Congress in his like lifted 1987 Chevy. I don't even know what kind of vehicle it was, but it was a lifted truck. He pulls up on the curb right outside the Library of Congress. And he has this, apparently the story goes, he had a stack of dollar bills and he told people walking by, hey, if you call the police and tell them to clear the area because I'm going to blow up a bomb, I'll give you all this money. And people were like, no. So he started throwing this money around. He climbs back in his truck and threatens to blow up Congress. So this dipshit thought the Library of Congress was Congress. And he didn't have a bomb. And he was throwing money all over the place. So there's this picture of him sitting in his truck with dollar bills all over the street. And him sitting outside the Library of Congress thinking it was Congress.
Wow.
With no bomb. He had bomb components apparently, but almost anything could be a bomb component. So I don't know if it was actually bomb components, but I just thought that was hilarious. Like, you fucking moron. Because apparently people confirmed that if you type Congress, Washington into like Google Maps, it brings you to the Library of Congress, not the Capitol building. So everyone's like, oh yeah, this guy probably typed into his phone Congress in Washington and it took him to the Library of Congress. Hilarious. Idiot.
What a fucking dumbass. Yeah. A pickup truck is parked on the sidewalk in front of the Library of Congress's Thomas Jefferson building, as seen from a window of the U.S. Capitol on Thursday.
Yeah. So, yeah, he took a picture of it from the Capitol because he was
across the courtyard.
Yeah, across the National Mall. What an idiot. Man, I saw that story on Reddit, and sometimes the comment section on Reddit is better than the stories themselves.
Yeah. The man suspected of making a bomb threat near the Library of Congress live streamed his anti-government remarks for hours before Facebook took down his account on Thursday afternoon, as Politico states.
Yeah, I think one of the top comments on Reddit about that story was, wouldn't it be really funny if a parking attendant came up and started writing him a ticket and he's like, what are you doing? I've got a bomb. And they're just like, yeah, that's like the third time I've heard that today. I'm writing this fucking ticket.
Yep. Several hours after the threats began, Facebook spokesperson Andy Stone said the company removed the suspect's profile from the Facebook and Instagram. We are in contact with law enforcement, quote unquote, Stone said. Yeah. He was out there for about 71 minutes and 4 seconds before. He was streaming for 71 minutes and 4 seconds before they took it down.
Yeah. Yeah, he was apparently, once the police showed up, he was begging to just go home. Once he realized that the Library of Congress wasn't Congress, he was asking to just go home.
My bad.
Mulligan, guys. Mulligan.
I'll come back later. I'll come back tomorrow.
Yeah,
I gotta fix
Can I
my
have
maps.
a do-over? Can I have a do-over?
Fucking internet. I'm gonna go buy. Do you have one of those map books?
Oh, where's Rand McNally when you need him, man?
Fucking A, man. What a dumbass. These people are stupid. Oh, shit. So,
Good times.
yeah. So, is there any other funny headlines that pop out?
There was the one about the woman who... was it a woman or a man? I closed the website, so I have to go back to it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. There was something about, there's like 3 or 4 stories on the front page about throwing feces in stores as revenge or because they're angry. So
What the fuck is wrong with people?
That's clearly a mental illness issue, right? Like,
That's
I can't
clearly
see
a
it.
humanity illness.
I can't see that being anything else, though, but, mental health. Not that it's
Fuck.
not fucked up, but, sometimes I get those videos where you see a McDonald's employee just start beating the shit out of somebody in their store.
Yeah.
Not that I'm condoning it, but I understand. I get it. I will say that.
All right, Dan. What have you been playing?
Not much, but I have continued playing Minecraft. Just when I thought I was out, it sucks me back in.
Have you played Minecraft Dungeons? Have we talked about that?
No. I don't even know what that is.
Minecraft Dungeons is essentially a Minecraft Diablo.
Oh,
And it's
interesting.
supposed to be really good. I haven't had a chance to play, but I think it's on Game Pass. I mean, I want to play it.
I'll have to check it out. I've been playing Minecraft again, just like I mentioned last week, is to try to get the kids into playing simple games, but it's gotten beyond simple now. Because I'm sitting there playing and trying to get them to like play and understand with me, and then they get distracted, but then I'm sucked in and I keep playing, and now I've built this massive base and I've been doing tons of exploring, and yeah,
You have a good time, though.
I'm trapped. I am having a good time because it is a relaxing, simple, mindless game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to overthink it. I can relax while I play. The music is relaxing. Yeah.
That's good. That's completely opposite of what I'm doing. So I started playing A Plague Tale: Innocence. Okay.
How's that been going?
Stresses me the fuck out, man. Like, to the point now last night that I dreamt about just a fucking horde of rats were everywhere. So I found out in the game you're playing as this, like, the oldest daughter of this family. Your youngest brother, or your only brother, has macula, and the Inquisition is after you. So the game starts off. Yeah.
Nobody ever expects that.
Yeah. So the game starts off with the Inquisition just murdering your entire homestead, and you grab your brother and you take off, and you're on the run. They are trying at the same time this is happening. Now the plague is running, rampant. So like they kill your dog in the beginning, because he's trying to hunt down a boar, and then the rats just get him because he went into a dark area of the forest. And it's stressful. So I'm trying to avoid the rats. I'm trying, with the puzzles and moving light and, using alchemy to create these little explosions that scare them off or burn them. I'm trying to avoid the Inquisition, who is just, they're trying to murder me, trying to capture him because I guess they want him alive, the little kid. And not only is it just like a regular soldier, who's just holding a sword, now they have shields. They're kind of like the bigger type soldiers. So I have to try to figure out which ones I can take out. The only weapons I have to go against these guys is a little fucking slingshot with rocks, and try to create some sort of concoction that gets the rats to jump on them. and eat them. So the entire time you're running through these levels, you can hear the rats squeaking. You can hear them when they eat a body. It's just like, it sounds like a wet noise constantly.
Yummy.
And so last night, I'm almost done. I'm on mission. I have to start 13 today. So 13, 14.
But have you
Yeah,
gotten
so
all the achievements? That's the
Not yet.
question.
I will. I'm doing all the collectibles. So I'm on par. I think I missed a couple, but there's a chapter select, so I can go back. But before
Okay.
I do the final mission, because I don't think I want to replay or do anything, I'm going to go back and I'm going to clean up. I think I'm missing like 3, collectibles. So it's not crazy, but I've collected all the toys. I think there was 13 of those. I've collected all of those. I'm halfway through collecting all the flowers, which isn't a lot. And then the curiosities, the collectibles, such as like, a soldier's helmet or whatever the fuck, that's a lot. I think there's like 1 or 2 every chapter, and there's 16 chapters. But I'm on par minus those 3. So anyway, last night I was in a mission. I had to go back to my homestead to collect this. I guess my mom was an alchemist, so I had to try to find out what she was working on to save my brother because his condition's getting worse. I get there, when the game started, it was this whole forest. Like, it looked really nice. It's like, okay, I could see this. Now it's just walls of rat nests. So, and they are everywhere. Now they're doing this thing that are, they're called eddies, right? So the rats starting to circle on themselves, and then it starts building up. So now it's like a fucking rat tornado that's coming after me. So I think that's stressing me out to the point where, like, I dreamt about it last night where there was just rats everywhere. I was like, I'm glad I'm almost done with this game. It's a good game. I like the story. I like the voice acting. I think it's done really well. And the puzzles are neat, but holy shit, man. Like, it is a dark game. It is a very dark game.
Is it on Game
and they're
Pass?
making a sequel. Yeah, actually it is.
Interesting.
I recommend
I'll
it.
check it out. I'll check it out. I checked out. Oh, God damn it! What was the name of that? There was a game a few weeks ago you recommended to me about like you play as a crow collecting
Death's Door?
souls. Death's Door. That it didn't do anything
Didn't
for me.
jive with you?
It didn't jive with me.
Yeah.
But I'll check this out.
Yeah. I mean, so this one's on Game Pass, so you don't have to purchase it or anything.
Yay!
So,
I like that.
yeah. I thought about it. I was like, man, easy achievements. But
Yeah, I think I might be back in the hunt again for an Xbox X. By the way.
yeah. Well, shit, man.
I suspended my search, and I think I'm back in the hunt now.
Cool. Well, I'll keep an eye out for you, and then we'll get it for you. For
Diggy.
sure. Yes, I was telling Mary, I was like, I should, because I bought the game. I bought A Plague Tale on the PS4. I never got around to playing it. So other things came up, and then PlayStation Plus gave the PS5 version for free, and so I started playing on the PS5 version because it works with the DualSense controller, and you feel like the little, when the rats are running around or you're taking steps, it's like slight vibrations in your controller, so you can tell when shit's running around you, which is really neat. I like the controls and all that. But I was telling her, I was like, I should have played it on the PS4, or at least the PS4 version. So then I could get the platinum and then move my save over to the PS5 version and get another platinum just for having the game. Because I don't know if I want to play this game a second time. Not that it's bad, but it's just like, it is not a feel good game for sure. So I was like, I will play it, and then I'll probably never play it again. That's just why I'm trying to do all the collectibles before I beat the last.
Yep.
Yeah, the last boss.
I dig it.
Once I get that platinum, I'm done with it. And then there's a sequel that they're working on. So I like it enough to where I want to play it, but it's not something I want to go back to frequently. So
Understood. I get it.
Ghost of Tsushima is coming out. That should be delivered today. That came out today. They're doing the director's cut. I'm fucking stoked, man. Like, I wish you had a PlayStation so you could play this game. It's so fucking good. So it's one of those.
Just the Xbox for now.
Yeah, we'll do that. But if they ever decide to bring it to Xbox for whatever reason, a wild hair, that is something you'll have to play.
Fair enough. Speaking of Xbox, though, when are we going to finish Halo Reach?
Well, you had overtime scheduled this weekend, right?
That is true. Yes.
So probably in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Okay.
Yeah, because I usually like to play when we have the kids because we stay home, when we have the kids. And when we don't have the kids, we like to go out and do stuff, so we're not stuck in the house all the time. So that's why I schedule every other week.
Okay, then 2 weeks.
Yeah. But I'm excited to try out my headset. And I saw that Xbox just came out with the same headset that I just purchased, but wired. So it's $60
instead of what was the
100.
I almost said unwired instead of wireless. God, I'm old.
It's only a $40 difference. So
did you buy that from the Microsoft?
Yeah. So that's what I've been playing. And then Alien Fireteam, whatever the fuck it's called, Fireteam Elite is coming out, I think, on Monday. Have you seen that game? That game looks interesting. It's a 3-player co-op. Really fucking neat. Have you seen it at all, the trailer?
I did see the trailer, and it looks like it has potential for sure.
You're right. So we were talking on our group chat, and Shane was talking about how he'll see if he wants to play it because, he was burned last time, which I get. Alien Colonial Marines was a terrible game. But when you're playing with friends, it makes it fun. I probably played through the entire game of Colonial Marines 5 or 6 times because we had such a fun time. After a certain point, we were just making jokes and we knew where everything was coming, so we were ready. I think if you have a good team,
any game, no matter how bad it is always better with people
Right. Almost, yeah.
Almost any game.
So
sometimes there's one that it doesn't matter. A bad game is a bad game. There's nothing you can do about it. But generally speaking, if you have people that and you're playing with them, it makes it way better every time.
So I know I had made the promise to someone we know. So Randall, I made a promise with him that if I got an Xbox Series X, I would play Aliens on the Xbox. So we have 2. So if you get it, man, it's $40. And
I need to get an Xbox first. Get one of those new Xboxes, those new fandangled things.
One of them new game things, game boxes. So
where do you put the board and dice? I don't know how you open this.
Oh man. So that's what I've been playing.
No, I see. I don't think, to change gears a little bit, I don't think I'll be getting the new Madden. It's had terrible reviews all around, which
I saw that
is pretty justified, honestly, because they haven't updated the game in
how
7
dare
years?
You, sir? They come out with them every year.
Yeah, but they don't.
That's update enough.
They changed
that number on the box.
Yeah, they changed the number on the box and the picture on the box, and they changed a couple stats based on performance of last season.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. IGN gave it a 6. Their verdict from IGN.com, their verdict was Madden NFL 22 is a grab bag of decent. It's frequently underwhelming. Ideas hurt by poor execution. Face of the franchise, to put it mildly, is a mess. Home field advantage is a solid addition, but it doesn't quite capture the true extent of real on-field momentum swings. The new interface is an eyesore, and the new presentation is cast in the strange and unflattering shade of sickly green. It's smoother and marginally more refined, but in so many ways, it's the same old Madden. In short, if you're hoping for a massive leap forward for the series on the new generation of consoles, or even on the old ones, you're apt to be disappointed.
Yep, that sums up Madden, and it seems like it's been getting progressively worse every year.
Yeah, it's we knew it was coming.
Yeah, they
You
just
know?
copy paste, and
You
as
don't-
long as people keep buying it, they're going to keep doing it.
And guess
it's
what,
not that I'm
guys?
surprised by it.
I can't say I'm surprised because who does this? EA, right?
Yeah,
They did the same shit for FIFA, where they came out and said, "Yeah, we just copy pasted."
Mhm.
Stop
And
giving
charge
these
full price.
motherfuckers money.
yeah, because people, why wouldn't they? It's hard to blame EA at this point.
Yeah, you gotta blame the fans at a certain point. If it's that bad, even with a 6 and everything that was just like dumped on, it's gonna be the best-selling fucking sports game of all time, probably,
Yeah, somehow
because everyone's so fucking hungry.
Would not surprise me, but at this point, I don't blame EA. Go get your fucking easy money. I get it.
Right.
This is on people that buy the fucking game at this point.
Yeah.
We know what's coming. It's not a surprise that it's going to be a copy paste of last year, and it's going to be worse every year. So yeah, it's our own fault.
Mm-hmm.
The last one I bought, I think, was 18, maybe 19.
Yeah.
I think it was 18. I think that was the one Brady was on the cover.
Hmm.
That's the last one I bought, so I wash my hands of it. Not my fault, guys.
Speaking of yearly games and the games that you like to play or like to play, did you see the trailer for the new Call of Duty?
I didn't. I haven't played a new Call of Duty since World War II.
And guess what? They're going back to World War II. So
Of course they are.
Call of Duty Vanguard. It actually looks really neat. The story looks cool, which I started thinking, I was like, I wish that they would give me a discount for only buying the story mode because I don't want to play multiplayer. So they should break it up. Like here for $60 or $70, you can get the full game, right? Multiplayer, single player. But if you only want to do multiplayer, you can do, purchase this pack, or if you want to do the single player, purchase this pack. It's probably
I
not
would
cost
like that.
effective, but that would be neat because it looks neat. I
don't
watched the
see-
trailer. I was like, fucking A, man.
With everything shifting to digital instead of physical copies, I don't see how that wouldn't be doable very easily.
Yeah.
Because I have zero interest in like Warzone. I've played a couple games with people because they asked me to. Not my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Call of Duty. I'm really burned out on it. I have been for several years now. I've tried going back. I enjoy single player campaigns. And I enjoy old school first person shooter multiplayer, which, Battlefield 1 was probably the best at it. That was probably my favorite one, which I understand is not a Call of Duty, but it's in that.
Well, it's a first person shooter.
Yeah.
They're
And
essentially the same. They're cut from the same thread. Same.
I played the shit out of Battlefield 1 multiplayer because we had a squad. We played every night. We had shit on lock. Like we had ways we would work certain maps, or if we played objective, we were good. And that was the last one I really put a ton of effort and time into. But the move toward everything that's shooter being battle royale multiplayer. Like battle royale is not. I like it as a concept, but that's not the only thing I want to do all the time.
Right.
Like I want to play a game where if I get wiped out because I come up against 7 people on the enemy team, I'd like to get back into the game. I don't want to start a new game again every time. I want to just keep going with what I'm doing.
Right.
So that old school respawn in a multiplayer game concept, I think, sadly, is fading away, and I hope it doesn't completely disappear.
It'll come back. Everything's coming back. It's just like the whole, 8-bit, games that they were coming out with. Everything goes through a cycle. So it'll die down. It'll be probably this, out of the spotlight for a couple years, and then when it comes back, it'll come back with a vengeance. But
I hope so.
So Call of Duty Vanguard, they released some of their campaign details. You're going to follow 4 protagonists. So you're going to follow Sergeant Arthur Kingsley, on the Western Front, Lieutenant Polina Petrova on the Eastern Front, Captain Wade Jackson of the Pacific Front, and the second Lieutenant Lucas Riggs of North Africa. So that's pretty cool.
Okay.
They're in 4 different areas completely. So that's nice. So it's going to have a different feel for every vignette that you go through.
So is it going to be? It sounds like it might be like 4 mini campaigns.
Kind of, yeah.
Which is how Battlefield 1 was for its.
Yep. Yeah, they did their
play.
little vignettes. Didn't they have like 7?
6 or 7,
6?
yeah.
Yeah. So it'll
Maybe
be
6.
similar to that, which I think is cool. It keeps it fresh.
Keeps it fresh, and it shows the same event from different points of view.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously not the same battles, but the same,
right.
big picture stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So the campaign details, again, on IGN. So Vanguard wants to be both true to history by taking heavy inspirations from real people and events, but also wants to ask, what if? It does go through Project Phoenix, a fictional operations schemed up by the remaining members of the Nazi Party trying to find a successor to Hitler after the fall of Berlin. A special force group of 4 individuals from the Allied powers is put together in combat as the plot. So it's neat.
It sounds promising.
It looks interesting, so I might pick this up. But again,
just for the solo, just for the single player campaign, I'd be that does sound
I mean, I pick
decent.
it up day one. I may pick it up on a sale. I've picked up a couple Call of Duties on sale just because I want to play the campaign. But it's done. It's being done by Sledgehammer, and they're going to have 20 multiplayer maps at launch that are set across all 4 fronts. 16 are 6v6 maps, and 4 are 2v2. Multiplayer creative director Greg Reisdorf described the maps as a smaller, tighter map.
Okay.
Which was nice.
There are a few multiplayer concepts in Call of Duty I enjoy, which I can't remember the name of them off the top of my head, but one is where you can pick some random average object in the multiplayer map, and you have to try to blend in, and people have to try to find you.
That's cool.
It's kind of like a hide and seek, basically.
Yeah.
But you can be like, oh, I'm going to turn into a spare tire, and you can throw yourself on a junk pile, and you just blend in, and people have to figure out wait, that tire's not supposed to be there.
Right.
That kind of stuff.
Man, I've seen people blend in using a fucking tactical shield in certain games where they're just up on a bed or a desk, and they're just in the corner, and people are running back and forth.
Oh yeah, one of my favorite things.
Hilarious.
I used to play with a couple people who, back in the Modern Warfare 2 days, we'd play Search and Destroy, and we would do this thing called statuing with our throwing knives. So if you just stand there with your weapon out, you sway a little bit, so people pick up on that little bit of movement. But if you pulled out your throwing knife and you were in the pose to throw it without actually throwing it, your character would freeze, and there'd be no swaying, there'd be no nothing. So there'd be no movement, and you would just stand over in a corner near one of the places they could drop the bomb and plant it, and you would just stand there and wait for them to plant it, and then wham, slam them with the knife as soon as they planted it, and then disarm it. Hilarious, because you weren't hiding. You were out in plain view, but nobody ever saw it because you just kind of blended in and you weren't moving.
Awesome.
That was always a lot of fun.
That sounds funny. Too bad we didn't, you didn't have anything recorded for that, because that should have been. I can see that now.
That was easily that was like 10 or 11 years ago. That was a long time ago.
Yeah. So they also stated that Vanguard is also introducing a search option that works across all maps and modes that you can make your multiplayer more or less hectic, called combat pacing. This tool changes the player count through these 3 options, which is tactical, fewer players for slower gameplay, standard 6v6 traditional player count, or blitz, more players for a chaotic fast gameplay.
Blitz sounds fun.
Right.
Because again, I know I'm talking about a lot, but Battlefield 1 had those what do they call it? They were big battles where you'd have 50 people on each side, and vehicles, and airships, artillery, and you would have to, one team would be trying to halt the advance, and so the offensive team would have to capture points across this massive map.
Yeah.
And so they would push the lines as they went, but the other team could recapture and push the lines back.
Okay.
And there was a time limit. So it was, can the attackers win or can the defenders hold out?
Neat. That sounds cool.
It was a lot of fun.
So that's it for Call of Duty. Oh no. So there's a new mode called Champion Hill. So Reisdorf described Champion Hill mode as, quote, a mix of battle royale plus gunfight with progression happening between each of the rounds, end quote. Players can enter Champion Hill solo, duo, or in a trio squad, and will be out November 5th.
Battle royale and gun game combined, that sounds difficult.
Right. So it looks, like I said, it looks neat. Check it out for sure.
It's probably a really good way to get proficient with all the weapons.
Yeah. Yeah, might as well. I mean, you never know what you're going to be into until you try something.
Right? This has awakened something in me.
So, what else?
You been watching anything new?
Fuck. We watched Captain America: Civil War and Guardians of the Galaxy last weekend.
Okay.
So we're going to be doing Guardians of the Galaxy 2 and Avengers Age of Ultron probably this weekend.
Okay. Yeah, you're definitely catching up to me. I've watched 2 more episodes of Daredevil season 3. So yeah, it's moving along. It's just, slow going for this one. It's not because I don't enjoy it. I do actually really enjoy Daredevil. It's a time issue on my end. But I'm just grinding it out, getting through it, and I'll get there eventually.
Yeah. And then we still have to watch What If. I didn't actually get around to watching it yet.
Same. I didn't watch this week's episode. So
I'll watch that today.
I plan on watching this week's and next week's episode for our show next week so we can talk about it.
Yeah, for sure. So that's all I've been watching. Oh my God. So here's a thing too. These directors are getting a little fucking out of control. Right? So I was on the Twitter this morning when I woke up and I saw that the director of Dune, which looks like a good movie, right? It's coming out. He said watching Dune at home on HBO Max day one and date with movie theaters. Watching it at home is like driving a speedboat in your bathtub.
What does that mean?
It means that you're fucking ridiculous if you want to watch it at home. Go see it in a theater.
Oh.
So, and to that I say, fuck you. I don't care. A lot of, like I said, and this is a hill that I'm going to die on. A lot of us have built up the house experience to be different. So I'm going to be driving my speedboat in my bathtub. Thank you very much, because I'm not going to theater to watch Dune.
All I can say, because so I have not read the book. I'm not really that familiar with the Dune universe, but I know it's extensive. I know it's in depth. I know it's detailed, and I know the fan base is adamant and rabid about it. I won't comment on whether it's justified or not because I don't know anything about it. But all I can say is that this movie better live up to their expectations. Otherwise, it's going to be roasted hard.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like this is either going to be one of the biggest movies ever, or it's going to be the way of Jupiter Ascending, where people just shit on it for all time.
Yeah.
That's really the only 2 ways that this can go. That's just the vibe I'm getting. So I hope it's the former, but I don't know. I hope it's good. It looks good. The trailers have me excited. Sure. I agree. But so did Jupiter's Ascending. Jupiter Ascending, their previews and trailers looked pretty good too. And here we are. Is that the one with Channing Tatum? Yeah. No. The trailers looked good. You can't say they didn't.
It looked dumb. That's why I never watched it.
I think the trailers looked good.
Well, everybody's gonna have their thing. I mean, I just thought it was dumb. That's why I never wanted to watch it. That said, I see it on HBO. I'm like, should I watch this? So,
but at the same time, I think you should, because I did not watch the Doom, Doom, not Dune, the Doom movie with The Rock and Carl Urban.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't watch that for years after it came out because everybody shit on it and said it was the worst goddamn thing they'd ever seen. Horrible.
It's the worst video game movie.
The whole nine. And so for years, I was like, well, I really like the video game Doom, so I don't want to watch this and ruin it. And I've read the books when I was a kid and blah, blah, I don't want to ruin it, so I'm just going to let it go. Then one time I was just like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to watch it and really see how bad this was. And because I went in with expectations of it being pure dog shit,
it wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad.
Right.
Now, it wasn't Oscar worthy. Okay.
Well,
don't take it that far.
No.
But it was entertaining.
Not every movie has to be that way.
To me, it was entertaining. I enjoyed it. Was there some things that were wrong with it? Sure. But because I went in with the expectations so low, I ended up enjoying it. So you should watch Jupiter Ascending and go into it thinking off the top, this is going to be terrible. I'm only doing this because, I want to know. So, and with that, you might get a little bit more enjoyment out of it.
I think so. I mean, that's why we enjoyed Black Widow. I think it's good. We went in there expecting, like, what are they really going to do with this character that's going to have any sort of whatever? You know what I mean? Any sort of
lasting impact moving forward.
Exactly. So we went in there with like zero expectations, and okay, this was a pretty good movie. I liked it a lot. It doesn't have to be Oscar winning or Emmy nominated, whatever the fuck. One of my favorite movies that I saw in theater within the last couple of years, and I've said it before, The Meg. I know what it is. It's a giant fucking shark and Jason Statham.
Yep.
You see those two things and you look at it and like, what? You can't expect it to be anything other than what your initial concept was when you see the trailer. I knew what it was, and it was a fun fucking movie. 10 a.m., first showing. I was there on one of the Fridays I had off, or a Monday or something, because whatever, and I enjoyed the shit out of it. It was so much fun.
Speaking of going to, because I know that you have stated several times now that you're pretty much done with movie theaters.
Yep.
But what I would like to do, and I would like you to come with me, because I think that you're one of the only people I know of that would enjoy this. I want to go to a midnight screening of Rocky Horror and get really into it.
No.
Why?
I hate that movie.
You hate that movie?
I hate it.
Have you ever read what they do at those midnight screenings?
I know that they get into it and they dress up and the audience really, but there's like a list of shit you need to bring, and it seems like it would be a lot of fun. Yeah, do it up, man. I hate that movie. In order for me to watch it fully, I had to watch it 3 times because I kept falling asleep. I was like, this movie sucks. I don't like. It's great that it has such a crazy following. I follow movies and I love movies that I'm sure people shit on all the time, like the Wolverine movies. But but I don't like it. I don't know what it is. I could not get into it.
I can't say that it's one of my favorite movies all time. I want to go for that experience though, because I've heard it's such a unique thing that I want to participate.
Yeah.
And you're the.
I get it. I hear it's a lot of fun. The people that like
people.
It and they go, it is like fucking Christmas to them. That's awesome. I can't. No.
Okay.
No, thank you. Sorry.
Because like we were talking about earlier, with playing games, always makes it better with friends.
With certain people. It's a lot of fun. Whatever. I
don't think it would be as enjoyable if you just show up on your own and you're just like, okay, I'm here. I don't know anyone, and I'm just gonna. It's not the same,
right?
So
yeah, no, I get it.
I guess okay. The hunt continues. I'll find somebody else then. I didn't want to go with you anyway, Andy.
Yeah, I mean, maybe next. I'll rain check it for something else.
Okay.
I'll do an exchange. But yeah, I hate that movie.
Fair
I don't know
enough.
why.
I can't.
It's just I don't know. Watching Rocky Horror Picture Show to me is like listening to country music on repeat. I fucking hate it.
Okay. I'm not gonna sit here and try to change your mind, because like I said, it's not my like go to. This is the best movie ever, or I really love it. I just want the experience of what I've heard is a really unique and fun thing.
Yeah.
And I wanted to bring you along with me. Okay, can you just acknowledge that
I
wanted to share something with you?
I appreciate being, on the brain for sure. Okay, so that's all that I had. That's all I've been watching. Like I said, it's been slow. I'm really just burnt out from the week, so I'm not my normally.
Aren't we all?
But
well, then, with
Gamescom is next week, though. I'm very excited about it.
Yeah, with that, I think. Do we have anything else? Do we have any more announcements or news?
I'm hungry.
Okay, then. Well, let's wrap this up so we can get some food in Andy's belly, and we're gonna move on to Q&A with D&A.
All right.
Would you like to go first this week, or do you want me to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay, here we go. What is the strangest thing you've ever eaten?
Shit, I think we talked about this. I think the strangest
is this a question
thing
we've had?
No, I just think that we talked about it when we were talking about food,
we've had. Okay.
Which was the crickets. The seasoned crickets.
Okay. Yes, we did discuss this on another show. Okay, I'm picking a new card. Picking a new card because we've talked about that. I forgot about that. If you could have any view from your back porch, what would it be and why?
Any view?
Yep.
Like, I don't know. What does that even? Any view? Elaborate that a little bit. Like,
well, I'm assuming it's like, would you want to be like? Would you want an ocean view with a beach?
Oh,
would you want,
okay.
like,
I see. When I go to my porch, what do I want to see? I thought you're like a bird's eye view. Sure. Like my porch isn't all that great, but
you're sitting on your back porch enjoying, a bourbon or a coffee or whatever you want to drink.
Okay.
And you're sitting back there and you're just taking in some views. What are you looking at?
If it has, I don't know. I guess space, the Milky Way. I want my view when I step out on my porch to be space. I want to see the Milky Way, but I don't want it to be just, what we see in the city. I want my view to be, I'm in the middle of the fucking Arctic, right? No lights. There's no pollution or anything that has to get in my way. I want to see the fucking crazy stars. I want to see, a fucking meteor, something zip by, or a satellite, that's what I want to see. I want to be able to feel the emptiness, the vastness of space, but also see how full it is with all the different stars and planets around us.
You want to feel insignificant?
Yes.
Yeah, we missed a huge meteor shower.
Yeah.
Because of all the monsoon storms.
Yeah. See, I'm always missing that shit. And right now I am pushing hard to get up to Alaska within the next couple of years, at least 2 or 3 years or whatever, so I can see the northern lights. I can do all that. I want to see that. That would be my view from my porch.
It's not a bad choice. I like it. It was unexpected.
Yeah. Most people would say ocean, and while yes, that would be amazing, especially since so on Instagram, I found this, there's 2 websites, 2 pages that I follow. One is vacations. So they're constantly showing me just beaches everywhere, right? The other one, I forget what it's called, but they're just showing me different places, different locales in Sweden. And I am going to go. It reminds me of Steve posting on Facebook all these versions of Sweden. But
no, Switzerland. He posts Switzerland.
That's what it is. Yeah. That's what it is, Switzerland. But I'm like, fuck, man, this looks so pretty. So like when we go there, I'm gonna take very little anything. Like obviously my phone, I'll probably take my Kindle so I can have something to read. Other than that, I want to stand out in the middle of a green field listening to the waterfalls that they're always showing off, and I want to just unwind I want to disconnect so hard. It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah,
So.
the Dolomites I think might be up there on my answer, which is those mountain peaks and ranges in Switzerland that he's posting all the time.
Yeah,
Dolomites are pretty amazing. Yeah,
I saw like a train, an awesome looking train that goes through the mountains and everything like that. It just, I'll send you something from one of their pages. It just looks fucking awesome. So
okay, I look forward to it.
So question. Or Dan, your question is: which American landmark would you most like to see?
Oh, that I haven't already seen?
Mm-hmm. We'll make that a two-parter. What's the one that you would want to see that you haven't seen, and what is your favorite that you have seen?
Okay. Well, I think the one that I'd want to see that I haven't yet seen is probably the Statue of Liberty. I've never been to New York. It's pretty damn iconic.
Right.
And I've heard people say it's kind of disappointing because, everyone always thinks it's bigger than it really is.
Yeah.
I don't care about that. I want to go. It's something, history is super interesting to me, and that's such a huge, massive part of history, and it's so iconic that's probably the one I'd want to see that I haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
And I think number 2, or it could compete for number 1, is the USS Arizona Memorial in Hawaii.
I saw that.
Yeah, I've never been to Hawaii, so that would definitely be like number 1 on my list to go to.
Yeah.
So it'd be one of those two. It'd be one of those two.
It's awesome. I liked it a lot. Pearl Harbor.
Which it's at complete opposite ends, right? Like way east or way west. My favorite one that I've been to already, I would say. Oh man. I think this is also a tie, and it's between Mount Rushmore, which is just incredibly impressive when you learn the story about like how that was built, and
that's another one that seems bigger.
Yeah. Yeah, it does seem bigger than it actually is, but it's still super impressive and it's still pretty large.
It is. It's not taking anything away, but that's one of those ones where like you see the faces only, and against a backdrop of just open air, the sky or whatever.
The original intent was to have the entire body carved as well, but they never got to it. They ran out of money, and they never cleaned up. So all the fucking rubble is still sitting at the base of that mountain. Cracks me up every time I see it. And that's probably tied with this other, the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
I know that's not like a man-made landmark, but it's still.
No, it doesn't have. No,
I guess it didn't specify man-made, did it?
It just says an American landmark.
So yeah, I think that might be the two that I've been to that I like and enjoy the most.
I really like the Grand Canyon. That's another one that makes you feel insignificant.
Oh, for sure. And for anyone that goes there, if you have the time, because it's an extra several hours to get there, go to the North Rim instead of the South Rim.
Yeah.
There's way fewer people. The view is a little bit better, I think. There's less garbage around. There's less people, less cars, fewer cars.
Yeah.
But you have to go all the way the fuck around. That's the problem. So it adds like 3 or 4 hours to your drive time.
Fuck.
One way. So you really have to have some time to spend to get there. But in my opinion, it's better.
I've been up there twice. Most recently with Mary, we went up there for our anniversary. So every other anniversary, we'll rotate who does what. So mine was we went up there and we did a bike ride along the rim.
Oh, nice.
Which was a lot of fun. That was really cool. So she had never been. And we were talking about getting bikes so we can go, bike riding. So I was like, fuck it, let's do it up there. Awesome. That's one of those ones where like you take pictures, you're looking at the fucking Grand Canyon, but because of the fog in the morning, it looks like a painted backdrop, like you're not even there. So I like it. That's what I like, the feel of it for sure.
Eventually I want to do a rim to rim hike.
That'd be cool. I want to do the river. I want to go rafting down there.
That'd be a lot of fun too, for sure.
Yeah.
That's a several days thing, and there's camping, and it'd be a a fun.
It'd be a blast
for sure. It's just not something you can it's not a day trip.
Right. Yeah.
That's a vacation.
Yeah. So that's something that's on my list. I would really like to do that. I would not like to ride the donkeys. That shit would terrify me.
Yeah, because they walk on the edge of
and
sure.
it would be my luck that I fucking go down with a fucking jackass.
But to answer your question, I think those are my two. I know I was asking for one, but it's really hard to differentiate both the ones I haven't seen and the ones I have seen. They're real close on which ones.
Awesome. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that has been Jabberbox episode 10. Thank you so much for joining us. And don't forget that we post each and every week about whatever it is we want to talk about. If you like that, please join us over on patreon.com/dandydigital, where you can write in and be part of the show and get the episodes early. If you have no bucks to toss our way, that is just dandy. Please find us over on YouTube and any of the podcast services around the world and rate us to help this show grow into something bigger and better. Until next time, bye.